Hello guys, and welcome to race number 3 of the season. Here of the season 4 of the NNSCRA Team Level Cup Series here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. We are getting ready for the third race of the season. And I'll tell you what, the first two races, they have not disappointed at all. We had a close finish at Auto Club, and we had an even crazier finish at Daytona. Now we head to another speedway here, and let's get you down to your starting line for today's race. Connor Meyer on the pole yet again. His qualifying efforts have been on point. Starting next to him is Alex Ferranti, another rookie. Third, Colin Driver. Fourth, Shane Lake. Top four are rookies. The next veteran, Matt McIntyre, will start fifth. William Brock, the previous race winner, ironically enough, at Auto Club, will start sixth. Seventh, Dylan Posey. Eighth, RJ Bishop. Ninth, Sam and Oscon with the top 10, Zachary Fitzwater. Adjust your starting lineup from 11th on back. Oops. And here they go. And on the final row, we have Patrick Smith and Lehigh McIntyre. And we're about ready to get the command to fire them up. So let's go down to the Nun camera and get the command while I just shut my door real quickly for the rumba to not go in my room.
Drivers, start your engines!
There we go. I didn't shut it all the way there, so my apologies there. Non-professionals in there. So, as we go to our Nun camera angle and let all 42 cars roll on off. No one has an issue, which is great to see there. So a tie for the points lead between 55 of Cole Deaver, which I thought he was going to keep the points lead by a significant margin. But him and Ryan Acosta tied with the points lead there. Bobby Hamilton Square D Chevrolet and the Sterling Marlin Coors Light Dodge tied the points lead. Pace cars coming on down pit road. 49 laps of action. NBC Sports tickers up, and the green flag is underway here in Atlanta. Race 3 of the season is green. I'm telling you what, maybe the off season for the NRSL and the NCAA Team Level Cup Series, paying homage to 2001, a very significant time. President Dylan Young announcing that 2001 was obviously one of the key years being a NASCAR fan and all, and obviously we can see why. Colorful paint schemes, well-known ones too, and nostalgia really kicking in. But leading lap number 1 is going to be Connor Meyer. Great start, but now here comes Alex Ferranti in the Motocross Ford, the Elliott Sadler car for Wood Brothers. See, William Brock just kicked up to the extreme high line there, and we're going to start the 3 wide fest. Now here comes Matt McIntyre, the first non-rookie coming to making his appearance at the front. A lot of rookies starting in that top 10. They were making their presence known. Because after that, I believe the 7 and the 77 are non-rookies. Yes, Jake Rogers and Jonathan Zorlin. And Fiegel in the 01, working his way up towards the front. This is his third ever start in any type of series of mine. And Fiegel doing an excellent job right now. And they're now going 3 by 3, at least 3 rows deep. They're providing some really intense racing right now. They're not really wanting to go away one car at a time. No, they're really pack racing right now. And now here comes Zach Rogers in the 19 Dodge Dealers Dodge. Ray Everham. Some cars are hitting that outside wall you see right there. And now John Art in the Jerry Nadu 25 UAW Delphi Chevrolet. Hendrick Motorsports is going to lead that lap, and now here comes Kyle Keith in the 93. One car, that's the 14 right there. Now coming back in the inside line, that's Philip Parker. I'll work his way back up there. Seth Cole in the 24, last car in the pack right now. Kind of chilling in the back right now. I don't blame him. You never know what could really happen there. Oh, that's Jonathan Zorlin in the 7. And he finally gets off the wall, but he is going to be in the way back part of the pack. That's going to really cost him right there. See a ton of right side damage on the 7. You can see right there. Beaten up. Meanwhile, up toward the front of the field, here comes Charles Sanford in the 31 and the 5 Kyle Matthews up to the plate. I forgot to mention, too, the 55 of Cole Deaver and the 2 of JT Bryant. This is their home track. Forgot to mention that earlier on in the beginning. Just wanted to point that out now. The Georgia natives right here. Also a quick shout out to one of the drivers not in the field, but just a fellow Georgia native as well, Noah Hart. Also a Georgia native that's the hometown hero. It's too bad that he's not in this race. Speaking of JT, he's coming to the lead. And my memory serves me correctly. I believe JT has won in front of his home track before in Atlanta. Not in this series, but outside of this series and in the NRSL, he has won. I could be wrong though. Speaking of Ford, here comes two more. That's R.J. Bishop in the 97 and Jake Rogers in the 77. On their way up to the front. And Fiegel, once again, working his way back up to the front. Again, 3 wide at least in the middle of the pack. That's about at least 4, 5, 6, 7 rows. At least 3 wide in the middle of the pack. Now Philip Parker, the Conseco Pontiac. Trying to get in that inside, trying to get around the 01. So far, we are 9 laps in and no cautions yet, which is a very great sign to see. Wow, Beagle almost cut in front of the 77 of Jake Rogers. He kept it together. One car on the wall I just seen, that's the 96 of Johnny Gardner. And now he's going to be losing the pack, just like the 7 of Jonathan Zorlin is. And Kyle Keith, a little bit of separation between him and the 45 of Mike Becker. These cars are hitting the wall, and they're really slipping back. It's like when they hit the wall, they're just staying on that wall, and they just can't get out of there. Now, 3 wide, they can handle really well. You can see that they're racing extremely well 3 wide. They're making it no problem. They go 4 wide, that's where things are going to go south. Now we got the new face to the front. Dylan Young in the 92, the 36 of Mason Powers in the lead, and now the 27 of Charles Jackson working his way up to the front and bringing along Trent Dunham in the 8. Dale Jr. Budweiser Chevrolet. Also bringing around Rain Carson in the 02 and the 66 of Ryan Fitzy, who had a great Daytona 500, but definitely did not have a good run on the club. Looking for some redemption, try to keep that points momentum going. And, I mentioned about JT trying to lead a lap at his hometown, which he did. Here comes the other Georgia native, Cole Deaver. Deaver looking underneath the 9 of Jessica Shelton. Wasn't too far away from this track. She's from South Carolina. Unfortunately, we don't go to Darlington, so this is good to see Jess up there. And now Zach Flickinger working his way up to the front of the field, doing a good job as the Viagra Ford. Didn't do so well the first 2 races. Now having the opportunity to be up in the front right now. As long as nothing goes wrong for the 6 car, he'll be A-OK. Now Zach Rogers again going for the lead. Now Ember Ross going for the lead. These guys are racing 3x3 throughout this entire pack, and not one driver has been one to make that opportunity to go double file, or let alone go 4 wide. And now here comes Zach Winkle in the 3. Working his way up to the front. Is he going to lead this lap? I don't think he did. They are saying he did barely by 2/100ths of a second. And now Matt McIntyre and his teammate, Sky Commons. Now I'm going to move him out of line. Whoa, Wayne Carson went to the extreme high line right there. And now they're bringing along the 33 of Shane Lake. For a good run, trying to represent one of the new teams that's being reformed in the NRSL. One of the co-owners of that team. Gardner Racing with DPI. Oh, and Mike Becker got on the apron there. And is going to hold up the inside line. I don't know what happened to Mike there. He just went to the inside line of that apron and just checked everybody up in that pack. Too bad no one else is kind of close in that pack, because there's Gardner and there's Zorlin. But because of that, the top 5, it looks like, ran away with that. Indeed it is. Matt McIntyre, Zach Winkle, Tim Beagle, Sky Commons, and Shane Lake have ran away from the 6th place on back, and they are still pack racing. These guys that are going single file, they are enjoying this run, and they won't have to deal with this pack at all, because look, when they come to the stripe, last car is the 88, who is at there, and then there's the pack, at least a second ahead from 5th place to 6th place. And the first car, see, it's kind of there, is Zachary Fitzwater and Dylan Poteet. They just keep pack racing. They're not making any opportunities to stay single file. That's what these guys are doing right now. They're very rarely battling. But amazing enough, of all the cars that are in here, both the Robert Yates cars, the 88 and the 28, are in this top 5 pack. Now, Tim Fiegel working on Shane Lake for the lead. And now Zach Winkle saying you can have your fun another time. I am going for the lead. And can't seem to stick his nose under, but Fiegel will get the lead. Now, because they're battling and they're even worse, going 3 wide, it's allowing them to catch up just a little bit. So I think these guys will be able to catch up with no problem. As long as they stick together and they don't keep smacking that wall before heading into 1, they'll be fine. Connor Meyer, the pole sitter, last car in that pack in the 40th position. There's Gardner in 41st. And all the way back to 431, Jonathan Zorlin, he needs a caution badly. I'm amazed, though, like I mentioned, there has not been a 4-wide attempt, and no cautions have been coming on out, but they've been racing extremely well here in Atlanta. Oh, but I spoke too soon! JT Bryant, Charles Jackson is upside down, and we have a caution. Dylan Poteen on top of 29 of PJ Williams, who goes upside down and lands on the side of the Caterpillar Dodge. Caution immediately out. Big break for Gardner and Zorlin, and definitely not with the top 5 needed, as 6th place actually just caught them. So, it really didn't matter. JT Bryant, there he is. I thought I seen Charles Jackson. It was actually Dylan Pote that looked like a yellow and red car. Instead, it was just a plain, simple yellow car. Well, that's the yellow red I'm thinking, but wow. The amount of damage Dylan Pote has, let alone P.J. Williams. And I want to say the 22 was the one that took the worst impact. And it looks like these drivers are coming on down pit road as we're on lap 22 of 49. This race has been flying by really fast for a quick oval-shaped 2-mile track. A little less, actually, 1.5 miles cookie cutter, probably. We're going to look at the, pit lane 2 is kind of, yeah. Looking at the spectator camera angle here. Everybody coming on down, like, everybody. Gardner and Zorlin managed to catch up to him in time. Meanwhile, up toward the front, going TV2, there's William Brock, there's Zach Winkle. Alex Ferranti trying to get out there, couldn't do it. And he's going to really lose some spots right here. It's the 21. Oh, and Shane Lake got into the 32. And now Ferranti coming on out. They are working on the 6 and the 96 and the 7 there. Connor Meyer with a very slow pit stop as well. Also extended work on JT Bryant in the 2 car. Remember, he did get involved in that caution. Working on the right side of all 3 of the cars that gotten involved in the wall riding or the main initial caution. Zorlin out in the way, JT Bryant out in the way. Same for Johnny Gardner. They're going to get out just in time. Caution is out for the first time today here at Atlanta. Zach Winkle, your leader. Let's take a look what happened. Let's take a look what happened. We're on the spectator camera angle here because this is going to be a really good view. Keep an eye here. They're going to go 4 wide. I mentioned they haven't gone 4 wide yet. That was actually the first attempt. See Jake Rogers just sticking his nose in there. And JT Bryant's going to push up onto the 29, into the 22. JT's trying to turn left. Can't do it. Too late. And then around they go. Dylan Pote. Wow. Front riding on top of the safer barrier. Then going into P.J. Williams. That's a tough break for JT. That's the hometown drivers there. And look at the 22 on top of the 29 you can see here. Literally on top. And then as they go down the turn right here, the 22 is using the gravity to push the 29 to flip him over. And then as well as the 22 is being on top of the 29 makes his exception and goes on top of the 22. So let's look what happened. Let's take back to the green. And welcome back. You have not missed much out of the race. Include the following. They are P.J. Williams and Dylan Pote. We've gotten word both drivers are okay after incidents and flipping over. Everybody else got their damage repaired. They're back out on track. We'll keep an eye on Jonathan Zorlin and Johnny Gardner for sure to see if they'll be able to stay in that pack. They had a little extended stay on pit road, but they are still in the lead lap. Zach Winkle, your leader, started second, Colin Driver. Third, Trent Dunham. Fourth, Ryan Fitzy. Matt McIntyre, sixth, Benjamin Miles. Seventh, Patrick Smith. Eighth, it's Sky Commons. Ninth, Joshua Baldwin in the top 10. Levi McIntyre. 20th is O'Neill Baldwin, Sam Oscon, Shane Lake, Zach Luttinger, Kyle Keefe, Jake Rogers, Alex Bronte, Tim Fiegel, John Art, and Zachary Fitzwater. Pace car back down the pit road yet again. We are past the halfway point. Lap 26 coming on up when they cross the stripe. Green flag back underway at Atlanta. This will give us 24 to go right now. Next time by 23 to go. And Levi McIntyre again put up to the high line, down to 17. Working underneath, and we'll get the spot. O'Neill Baldwin, nice move right there. Just see how the 96 and the 7 are real quickly. And you can tell JT, he's going to be off the pace. Tough break for the hometown native. But for Zorlin and Johnny Gardner, they're looking like they're going to be A-OK. They're just not up there to where Connor Meyer's rear bumper is. But I think from the way how the cars are going to be, I think they're going to be all right. Let's just hope they are. In the meantime, up here in the front, wow, they are getting really dicey up here. And they ran away from like where Alex Ferranti is in the 21 because there's a small little gap right there between Tim Fiegel and Alex Ferranti. And now Ferranti closing that gap up and trying to blend in with that first pack, let alone the pack behind him. Meanwhile, though, Matt McIntyre up in the front. Good run for the UPS Ford. Now O'Neill Baldwin working his way up to second, but is going to get kicked to the high line by Levi McIntyre. Good runs for both Levi and O'Neill Baldwin. They really need these runs. And Winkle, he's coming. He's looking for that real good run, getting his first ever top 5, top 10 finish of his career in any of the series of here. And right now, he's doing really good in the Dale Earnhardt GM Goodrich Chevrolet. Let's actually go on board with that car and show you his view heading up to the front. Right now, he's hunting up to the high line, and someone is going underneath. That is Jake Rogers in the 77. Now JT, they're not approaching yet, but pretty soon they will be. And now Johnny Gardner working on his first car ahead. That's Sam Oscon in the 32, not having a good run ever since they've gotten back green, but there's still plenty of racing to go. Now Jonathan Zorlin trying to follow suit. Oh, the 32 got into the wall there. So I'm trying to figure out. And not a good run for Ryan Acosta. Neither is Cole Deaver. However, Deaver's on that inside line. He'll be working his way up to the front very shortly. Meanwhile, Matt McIntyre, enjoying that lead right now. And Zachary Fitzwater is hanging around the corner panel but decided to back off a little bit. And now is still on that corner panel with a huge run. And not going to make the move. Was going to. Now going to wait. Still tucking back in line. And trying to move that 88 out of line is Fitzwater. And finally will get to do so. Can he make the move work? That's the question. No, he can't. Good try, though, by 44, Zachary Fitzwater. The Buckshot Jones, GP, Georgia Pacific Dodge. GM. Cole Deaver now, he's working his way up. You can see Lamson on that inside line in this pack right here. And bringing along the champion of last season, Wayne Carson. Shane Lake, Jonathan Zorlin, Sam Oscon, they're really falling to the back. I don't know what's going on with them. As they caught up to JT Bryant, the only car is really off the pace, and Matt McIntyre saying sayonara, same for Zachary Fitzwater. He's going to block the middle line. Oh, Deaver nearly going into Ember Ross right there. That's one of the developmental drivers who's running in the 20 for Angel Navarro. Navarro watching over for the 20 team. Giving veteran advice and all that. Now, look at this. The 7 now in the pack finally. Sam and Oscon try to do the same thing too. People are just struggling trying to get around that 2 car, and I think Ozcon, he's going to be all right. And the big loser has to be Charles Sanford and Trent Dunham. They are just struggling to get around that 2 car, and Ozcon now in the pack. Trent Dunham also struggling trying to get around the 2 car there. Wow, MWR all struggling trying to get around that 2 car right there. Or, I'm sorry, did I say MWR? Wow. DEI, holy cow, that's bad. That's really bad. Why did I say MWR? I think because I was watching that 15. But Connor Meyer, Trent Dunham, and Joshua Balkin, all for DEI, struggle to get around the 2, and they're going to be in the tail end of that pack. And what a big break for Jonathan Zorlin, who got around most of that pack, and now trying to pick off cars one at a time. But we're heading to 12 laps to go right now. The time is ticking. Charles Jackson, your leader, he's gotten around the 88 and the 44. And now here comes Wayne Carson trying to get that lead. Ember Ross trying to follow. Here comes the 36 of Mason Powers. Wow, Ember Ross just shut the door on the 36. Now Wayne Carson trying to go for the lead. A couple cars went to the high line. They're helping the 27, not the 02. Here comes Mike Becker in the 45. In the sprint Dodge, the Kyle Petty colors, the red and black sprint colors there. Now Carson gets the lead. Ember Ross trying to follow. How about Zorlin, though? He is working up there. You got Zach Winkle to his corner panel, but he's almost within that main pack. What a comeback for Jonathan Zorlin there. Keep in mind, was off the main pack because he smacked the wall. Same with the car in front of him, Johnny Gardner. The 7, when the restart happened, was still a little bit behind the pack. And now he's in the pack trying to make sure he can get a good run. Great comeback for both those drivers. Brian Acosta currently, as we speak, from Nicole Deave and Brian Acosta out for the points lead. Acosta would have the points lead. Don't forget, any of these drivers could probably get that points lead to do a good finish. Jake Rogers out in the front now. Colin Driver, the second. Seth Cole, barely even talked about it all. He's just been kind of up and down, more toward the rear of the field, now making his presence known. He's going to move the 26 to the middle, and here he comes to the inside line. And now Colin Driver's teammate, Ryan Fitzy, coming to the inside line, going to put the Seth Cole, Jeff Gordon, DuPont Chevrolet in the middle. A Kmart sandwich there. And now Ryan to the point, heading for that lead, bringing along Kyle Keith and others. And now DEI working up to the front, or at least in the pack rather. Balkin, Dunham, and Meyer. Shelton off the pack, same with Ozcon. They need a caution bad, but the time is ticking though. Brian Fitzy trying to get the win. He was away in the community here and in the inner cell. Got reinstated. And now he's trying to pick up a huge win. But I think he's coming down pit road, and indeed he is. Ryan Fitzy is coming down pit road, and I can't believe I'm saying that. Green flag pit stop could come underway. And now the crew chiefs are starting to panic. Because anyone could. Now RJ Bishop, Alex Ferranti, Kyle Keith. Kyle's moving up high. I think their car's coming on down. And indeed, oh, I thought there were. Just one car right now. Why did the 66 pit? Very confused right there. Oh, Sky Commons! Benjamin Miles! How did they keep it together? What a save! And he's going to merge! 4 wide! Oh, contact between him and the 88! And they keep it together! What a save by Benjamin Miles! How in the world did Benjamin Miles save that car? That is a save of the century right there. Now Tim Fiegel coming to the lead. Time is ticking. 3 laps to go. Next time by. Here comes Sanford. Now Benjamin Miles working on it. How about DEI working up here? Protection JT once again. Oh, JT. He's going to block the high line. Middle line. Back to the high. All the drivers on the outside are struggling. Everybody on the inside scattering, trying to get around the 2. Now everybody working on the inside line. JT nearly blocked the inside line. He's holding up a number of drivers. Now DEI working to get around the 2 car. No problem at all. 2 to go when we cross the stripe. Just keeping an eye on JT here if he don't cause an accident or 2. But Sanford, again, stuck behind the 2 car. Just can't seem to get around him. But I'm noticing we're getting closer to that white flag lap. We got to head up to the front here. Sky Commons. Benjamin Miles. Here he comes. White flag is out. One more lap around Atlanta for Benjamin Miles. It's do or die for Benjamin Miles trying to get the win. Here comes Dylan Young in the Kodiak Dodge. Also Joshua Balkin. How about DEI working their way up? Now here comes Young on the inside. Kid Balkin stick his nose in there. Can't seem to do it. Dylan Young, car number 92. He's going to hold him off. Checker flag. He's going to win in Atlanta. Dylan Young will get the win at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Good break. Anyways, I know I had to say that there. Dylan Young getting the win. Second, Joshua Balkin third. Benjamin Miles fourth. O'Neal Baldwin fifth. Zachary Fitzwater sixth. Is Zach Flickinger, seventh, Ember Ross, eighth, Sky Commons, ninth, Trent Dunham. Wow, great run for Trent. Clean the top 10, Kyle Matthews. And here's the rest of your finishing results here. About 38 cars still finished the race. 40 cars finished the race. 38 on the lead lap. Ryan Fitzy a lap down, 39th, and JT Bryan 2 laps down, then 40th. Dylan Pote, PJ Williams, the only 2 out of the race. Could have been surprised there wasn't a second caution, but what can I say? What a race. Congratulations to Dylan Young on the victory, and we will see you guys later for race number 4 of the season. And until then, I will see you guys later. Till then, goodbye, everybody.